Before the world knew the word billionaire, one name alone inspired fear: John D. Rockefeller. He wasn't just rich, he was untouchable. Entire industries bowed under his power. Governments whispered, rivals trembled. From poverty to absolute dominance, Rockefeller's journey was a mix of brilliance, obsession, and calculated ruthlessness. Every move reshaped the modern economy and left enemies, ruined competitors, and public outrage in its wake. But what exactly did he do to rise from a farm boy to the world's first billionaire? And why do his strategies still echo in business today? John's early life was chaos. His father, Bill Rockefeller, Devil Bill, vanished for months, then returned showering gifts, teaching young John lessons in unpredictability. By age 10, Rockefeller ran small ventures, raising turkeys, selling eggs, learning survival, risk, and opportunity. Discipline and faith became his anchors. His mother instilled duty. School, farming, and entrepreneurship taught him to thrive amid instability. The stage was set for a mind that would dominate industries and bend the rules of business forever. At 16, Rockefeller began his climb. College was impossible, but work offered a different education. Bookkeeping taught him finance, human behavior, and opportunity spotting. Holding a $4,000 check, he whispered, "I am bound to be rich." 2 years later, he partnered with Maurice Clark in produce, hustling citywide, building trust, and learning the rhythm of business. Then came oil. A small refinery by Samuel Andrews was more than crude. It was fuel of the future. While others hesitated, John plunged in. Within a year, the venture outshone his produce business. Maurice sold his share. Rockefeller faced a choice: safe path or risk everything in oil. He doubled down. A teenage bookkeeper was now on the verge of controlling a nation's energy. Standard Oil wasn't built on luck, it was built on strategy. Rockefeller saw competitors, refineries, and railroads as pieces on a chessboard. He negotiated secret deals with railroads, securing shipping rebates competitors couldn't match. Prices crashed, competitors folded. He acquired struggling refineries for pennies. Then came the South Improvement Company, a plan to control railroads and rival refineries. Public outrage ended it, but fear lingered. Rockefeller leveraged that fear. Struggling refineries sold, pipelines replaced reliance on railroads, and every acquisition increased his grip. By mid-1873, Standard Oil controlled Cleveland. Next, Rockefeller confronted Thomas Scott of the Pennsylvania Railroad. Scott built pipelines to compete, but Rockefeller struck first, canceling shipments, slashing prices, and securing secret rebates. Railroads depended on him. Competitors collapsed. Standard Oil now dominated nearly 90% of refining, controlling transportation, production, and information. The first great monopoly was born, and the rules of American industry were being rewritten. In just 6 weeks, Rockefeller cornered 22 of 26 Cleveland refineries. Fear, financial strain, and his reputation left rivals no choice: sell or join Standard Oil. Most joined, bringing talent, technology, and networks under his control. Every refinery was modernized, costs slashed, output increased. Within months, Standard Oil produced over 1 million barrels a year, expanding to Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and New York. When crises hit, the 1873 market crash, Rockefeller thrived while competitors collapsed. Every challenge became an opportunity. Standard Oil was now untouchable, a system of pipelines, strategic buyouts, and innovation that could survive any storm. Even at the top, Rockefeller faced rivals. Andrew Carnegie, King of Steel, loomed large. Their rivalry was personal. Carnegie blamed Rockefeller for the downfall of Thomas Scott, his mentor. Rockefeller saw Carnegie as a competitor who could challenge his ambition. Their duel wasn't fought with armies, but with money, influence, and cunning. Rockefeller relied on secrecy and calculated fear. Carnegie relied on speed and industrial efficiency. Each acquisition, investment, or strategic move was a chess piece. Each misstep could cost millions or gain dominance. The public watched, riveted, as these titans shaped America. Legacy drove them more than wealth. Rockefeller sought energy control. Carnegie sought steel domination. Every move was a step toward being remembered as the men who built a nation. Rockefeller wasn't content with refining or railroads. He wanted the entire chain, from well to lamp, pipelines, storage, retail, all under his control. Vertical integration eliminated risk, crushed competitors, and secured wealth. When Northern Ohio's skunk oil emerged, other businessmen panicked. Rockefeller hired chemists, solved the sulfur problem, and sold a superior, cheaper product. Competitors lagged. Gasoline became a new profit source with the rise of automobiles. Economic depressions failed to slow him. Every crisis became opportunity. By mastering production, distribution, and innovation, Rockefeller defined the oil industry. He wasn't just rich, he was untouchable. Relying solely on oil was risky. Rockefeller spread influence across industries. He entrusted a former Baptist minister, Frederick Gates, to manage investments. Together, they acquired railroads, land, and stakes in emerging sectors. The Mesabi Range in Minnesota secured iron ore to fuel industrial America. His son, John D. Rockefeller Jr., learned under Gates. Investments, alliances, and financial systems ensured wealth could grow for generations. Rockefeller didn't just build fortune, he built a machine for enduring power. Even as he dominated oil, Rockefeller remained disciplined, frugal, and private. Millions went to schools, universities, and causes aligned with his faith. Influence extended far beyond money. Rockefeller lived in extremes: wealth, influence, scrutiny. But his true legacy wasn't the billions, it was the blueprint. Wealth was power, vision, and control. Generations later, his strategy still shapes industries and global finance. He mastered one rule: anticipate the future, prepare relentlessly, never let opportunity slip. Philanthropy wasn't charity, it was influence. Real legacy is enduring systems, institutions, and strategy. His life is both a warning and a guide. Ambition alone isn't enough. Vision must pair with discipline and strategy. He transformed a simple refinery into a global empire. He built systems that survived crises, outlasted rivals, and multiplied wealth for generations. Now ask yourself, how much could you achieve if you thought like Rockefeller? Could you see opportunity before it appears, build systems, and reshape not only your life, but the world? Even today, the Rockefeller blueprint quietly shapes industries and finance. Some lessons are public, others remain hidden, quietly influencing power across the globe. If this journey into Rockefeller's mind, empire, and legacy fascinated you, hit like, subscribe to Storyground, and share this video. Understanding Rockefeller isn't just history, it's a masterclass in building, sustaining, and remembering empires.